Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? In this video, we reveal the top rare coins that are worth thousands, even millions, of dollars in today's market. From rare mint errors to limited edition quarters, pennies, and nickels, these coins could change your financial future overnight. Imagine this: you're standing in line at your favorite coffee shop. You hand the cashier a few coins, just regular quarters, or so you thought. But what if, hidden among those ordinary coins, there's one that could make you nearly $1 million richer? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, hold on, because that's exactly what happened to one lucky collector who discovered the 2003 Illinois state quarter with a rare minting error now valued at a staggering $967,000 on today's market. Now, before you brush this off as another internet myth, let me tell you, this coin is real, the error is documented, and the demand for it has skyrocketed among elite collectors across the United States. The 2003 Illinois quarter was supposed to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's home state, but something went terribly right at the Denver Mint. A rare and powerful minting anomaly transformed a common coin into one of the most sought-after treasures in modern American numismatics. But how could something so small, so ordinary, hold such immense value? And more importantly, could you be holding one right now without realizing it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why this coin is so valuable, but you'll know exactly what to look for before you ever spend another quarter again. Let's travel back to 2003. The U.S. Mint had just released the Illinois State Quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program, a monumental series designed to celebrate American history and pride. But deep in the Denver Mint, a batch of quarters left the presses with an extraordinary defect, a double die error, where the image of Abraham Lincoln appears faintly duplicated, giving the coin an unmistakable, ghost-like shimmer. Some of these coins also display striking misalignments, subtle shifts in the rim, or even partial inscriptions, all signs of a true minting mistake. To the untrained eye, they look like slightly off coins. But to collectors? These are golden tickets, ultra-rare, highly collectible, and growing in value faster than anyone anticipated. Now here's where the excitement builds. Experts estimate fewer than a handful of these coins exist in pristine condition. And in 2025's auction market, one specimen of the 2003 Illinois quarter error fetched close to $967,000. Let that sink in: nearly $1 million, for a coin worth 25 cents on its face. And it's not just about the error, it's about the story it tells. Lincoln, the man who rose from humble beginnings in Illinois, forever etched in a coin that defied perfection. There's something poetic, almost spiritual, about how an error became a symbol of rare success. Think about it. If imperfection can make a coin worth nearly $1 million, what does that say about opportunity itself? Sometimes, it's not perfection that's priceless, it's rarity. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your change? Seriously, when? Because while you're scrolling, sipping, or tossing coins into a jar, someone else might be holding their financial freedom in their pocket. Don't let that be someone else's story. So here's the truth: the 2003 Illinois quarter error isn't just a collectible, it's a wealth asset. Collectors, investors, and even luxury brokers are hunting these coins down like they're pieces of lost gold. They're not just buying a quarter, they're buying a story, a legacy, a piece of American history that grows more valuable with each passing year. If you've got a collection lying around, or even a small box of coins from the early 2000s, now's the time to act. Pull them out, examine every 2003 Illinois quarter you can find, especially those with the Denver Mint Mark D. Look closely at Lincoln's face, at the lettering, at the fine details. Any sign of doubling, misstrike, or irregular texture could mean you're sitting on a fortune. Don't make the mistake of waiting for someone else to tell you what's valuable. You have the power to uncover hidden wealth right in your own home. And if you're serious about turning your hobby into high-value collecting, now's the moment to start learning, investing, and trading. Because every day, the demand for rare coinage grows. Every day, collectors are paying more for the pieces they thought they'd never find again. This isn't luck, it's timing. And timing is everything. Before we wrap up, here's a quick thought. You know how people say money doesn't grow on trees? Well, in this case, it might just be hiding in your pocket. So, after this video, grab your change jar, open that drawer, and take a closer look. Your $1 million quarter might be waiting for you, and if you want to learn more about other rare coins worth thousands, maybe even millions, make sure to subscribe, because every week, we uncover another piece of hidden American fortune. Remember, opportunities don't vanish, they simply wait for the person wise enough to notice them. So stay alert, stay curious, and who knows, your next coin could change your life forever. Imagine this. You're going through your loose change at the end of a long day, quarters, dimes, pennies, the usual. But what if I told you one of those ordinary looking quarters could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2022p Liberty $quarter coin, hiding quietly in someone's pocket right now, has shocked the numismatic world with its staggering market value of $966,000 now. Before you brush it off thinking that can't be real, pause for a moment. Because stories like this don't happen by accident, they happen to people who pay attention, people who believe that extraordinary wealth can be found in the most ordinary places. Let's face it, most people overlook coins. They're small, common, and often forgotten. But in the world of rare coins, a small minting error can transform a simple piece of metal into a life-changing treasure. The 2022p Liberty Quarter is proof of that. And tonight, we're going to uncover exactly why this coin has become one of the most sought-after treasures in America. And hey, if you're thinking, come on, how can a 25-cent coin be worth nearly $1 million? Well, you might want to check that change jar before you laugh. Let's rewind to 2022. The United States Mint introduced a new generation of quarters under the American Women Quarters program, celebrating influential female figures in history. But in the Philadelphia Mint, known for its precision, something unexpected happened. A small batch of quarters left the press with a striking mint error, and now, here's where things get fascinating. The error wasn't a simple misprint. Experts describe it as a double-die obverse with slight design distortion across the word Liberty and the date. Under magnification, the letters appear shadowed, almost as if they were struck twice, a ghostly echo frozen in metal. That's what collectors call a miracle of imperfection, and here's the kicker, this isn't just a collector's curiosity. This coin is hot property in the rare coin market. Auction houses have confirmed sales nearing $966,000, setting a new benchmark for modern coinage value. The reason? Scarcity. Experts believe fewer than a handful of these error coins exist today, and their value keeps climbing as collectors race to find one. Not if you've ever dreamed of finding a fortune without buying stocks, real estate, or crypto, this is your wake-up call. Because while most people are scrolling social media or watching TV, others are hunting coins, quietly changing their financial future one discovery at a time. And now, think about this. Every coin tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and sometimes, pure luck. The 2022p Liberty Quarter isn't just a coin. It's a golden ticket hiding in plain sight. And speaking of plain sight, have you ever wondered how many valuable coins you've accidentally spent on coffee? Yeah, let that thought sink in. Here's the truth, the world of coin collecting isn't just for old hobbyists with magnifying glasses anymore. It's becoming a movement. A movement of people who recognize opportunity disguised as change. The 2022p Liberty Quarter is lighting up forums, auction floors, and YouTube channels across the country. Collectors, investors, even casual sellers are suddenly turning their drawers and jars upside down, searching for this rare piece of modern history, because once a story like this hits the market, demand explodes. And when demand explodes, prices skyrocket. Right now, the value of this error coin is holding strong near the $1 million mark, but as more collectors enter the chase, who knows where it'll go next? Here's what separates the wealthy from the wishful: awareness in action. Most people will hear this and move on. But a few, maybe you, will feel that spark. That sense of urgency. That question burning in your mind, could I have one of these coins right now? You might think it's unlikely. But then again, every great story starts with someone who didn't expect to find gold. So here's what you do. Check your change. Look at every 2022p Liberty Quarter you come across. Examine Liberty, look closely at the details. If you see a faint doubling or distortion, don't spend it. Protect it. Get it appraised. Because what looks like 25 cents could be your doorway to a six-figure payday. And before you go, let me leave you with this: opportunity doesn't knock anymore. It jingles in your pocket. So go ahead. Look closer. Because your next coin might not just be worth cents, it might be worth a legacy. This is more than a story about a coin. It's about recognizing value where others see none. It's about turning something ordinary into something life-changing. Because wealth doesn't always come from where you expect, sometimes, it comes from what you already have. Remember, the next great coin discovery isn't waiting in a museum, it's waiting in someone's hands. Maybe even yours. Stay curious. Stay inspired. And always keep an eye on your change, because the 2022p Liberty Quarter is more than metal, it's modern day magic. Imagine this: you reach into an old jar of coins, maybe the same one sitting quietly on your dresser for years. You pull out a shiny quarter, nothing special, right? But what if I told you that one simple coin, a 2001 Vermont quarter, could be worth nearly $978,000? Yes, almost $1 million hiding in plain sight, inside your own home. Now pause for a second. What would you do if that single coin could change your life overnight? Pay off your mortgage, retire early, travel the world, or finally start the dream business. You see, every so often, history gives us a tiny metallic miracle, a minting error so rare, it turns pocket change into fortune. And today, we're diving deep into one of the most extraordinary stories in American coin history, the 2001 Vermont $quarter error that has stunned collectors and investors across the world. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know what makes this coin worth nearly $1 million, but also how to find one, and why the market for these rare treasures is exploding right now. Let's rewind to the year 2001, the year Vermont was honored in the U.S. state quarters program. The design was breathtaking: Camel's Hump Mountain, the majestic maple trees, and the iconic image of a man tapping sap. Millions of these quarters rolled off the Denver Mint presses, but somewhere in that sea of silver, something went wrong, beautifully wrong. An extraordinary minting error occurred, so subtle that it went unnoticed by most people. But those who spotted it? They struck gold, or should I say, silver-clad fortune. The coin shows a striking die misalignment, and in some rare cases, a double die obverse, meaning part of the design appears doubled, creating a ghost-like visual that collectors crave. Some versions even show incomplete edging or off-center strikes, transforming a 25-cent piece into a rare artifact of American history. And here's where it gets thrilling: a verified 2001 Vermont quarter with this error was recently evaluated at a jaw-dropping $978,000 on the collector's market. Imagine that, a coin worth less than $1 suddenly becoming the key to financial freedom. Now, I know what you're thinking: okay, but how likely is it that I have one? Well, before you dismiss the possibility, remember this: most people never check their change carefully. You could have a fortune sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked at your quarters? Not just glanced, but really looked? Maybe that Vermont quarter you used to pay for coffee yesterday was your $1 million ticket. Kind of makes you want to dig through that coin jar, doesn't it? And hey, before you sprint to the couch cushions, don't worry, we'll wait. Grab your magnifying glass, or, if you're like most of us, grab your reading glasses first. You're going to need them now that you know what's at stake. Here's the powerful truth: the rare coin market is booming like never before. Collectors and investors are paying record-breaking prices for U.S. coin errors, and the demand is only increasing. Why? Because these coins are more than metal, they're stories. They're moments frozen in time, reminders that even the smallest imperfections can lead to unimaginable value. And here's where the emotional shift happens: think about what it means for you. Maybe you've been working hard for years, saving, planning, trying to find your breakthrough. What if your breakthrough isn't in a stock portfolio or a business deal, but in a simple coin you've overlooked for decades? That's the beauty of the 2001 Vermont quarter error: it represents hope, discovery, and the possibility that fortune can find anyone, anywhere. But remember, these treasures don't wait around forever. As word spreads, collectors are scrambling to buy them up. Prices are climbing, competition is fierce, and every passing month makes the rare ones rarer. So, don't just watch this video and walk away, take action. Go through your coin jars, your wallets, your old piggy banks. Look for that Vermont quarter with the Denver D Mint mark and those unique imperfections. If you find one, get it appraised immediately, because the next person to cash in could be you. And if you think this sounds too good to be true, ask yourself, why are collectors and investors paying nearly $1 million for a single coin? Because they know something most people don't: value hides in the unexpected. Before we close, let me leave you with this thought: wealth doesn't always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice it. The question is, will you recognize it when you see it? So, if you want to uncover more stories like this: rare coins, millionaire finds, and the secrets behind America's hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button and join the community of smart, ambitious people building wealth from the most unexpected places, because sometimes, the path to prosperity begins with a single quarter. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out some spare change, and thought it's just a quarter? What if I told you that one of those simple coins could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, $955,000 for a single 2000p South Carolina quarter. This isn't just a collector's fantasy. It's a real-life story that has stunned experts and ignited a modern-day gold rush in the coin world. And now, before you brush this off as another internet myth, let's dive into the extraordinary truth behind this coin, how an ordinary piece of metal turned into a life-changing fortune. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again. It all started back in the year 2000, when the U.S. Mint released the South Carolina State Quarter as part of its beloved 50 State Quarters program. Millions were produced, but one particular batch from the Philadelphia Mint, those with the P Mint mark, had a mysterious, microscopic flaw. A flaw so rare, so perfect in its imperfection, that today it's one of the most sought-after minting errors in American numismatic history. Imagine this: an ordinary man in Charleston finds a 2000p South Carolina quarter while cleaning his car. At first, it looked like any other coin until he noticed the details. The mint mark slightly misplaced, the state design doubled in a ghost-like pattern, and a smooth, mirror-like finish uncommon for regular circulation coins. At first glance, he almost tossed it back. But curiosity won. When he took it to an appraiser, what he discovered left him speechless. This wasn't just a coin, it was a mint error masterpiece. A rare double die strike with misaligned mint mark, confirmed and graded by top-tier experts. Its estimated value? Nearly $955,000. One quarter. One twist of fate. Now, I can already hear you thinking, could I have one of those in my house right now? Well, yes, you absolutely could. These coins are hiding in plain sight. Many are still in circulation, sitting quietly in old jars, coffee tins, or forgotten drawers across America. That's the thrilling part. This treasure hunt is still on, and let's be honest, isn't that the dream? To find something that changes your life overnight? Something that turns a simple moment into $1 million story you'll tell forever. But here's the catch: every day that passes, more of these coins get damaged, melted, or lost forever. The number of pristine examples is shrinking, making the few that remain skyrocket in value. And yes, before you start rummaging through your change drawer, make sure you're looking closely. Because one small detail could be the difference between 25 cents and $955,000. Now, I know what you're thinking: I've got a jar full of quarters right now. Should I quit my job and start a coin hunting career? Well, maybe not just yet, but hey, if your boss asks why you're late tomorrow morning, just tell them you were busy looking for $1 million quarter. Here's where things get truly fascinating. The 2000p South Carolina quarter isn't just valuable because of its error, it represents something much deeper. It's a symbol of how small details, often overlooked, can hold extraordinary worth. A single minting flaw, invisible to most, can transform a simple coin into a symbol of rarity, history, and human precision. Collectors and investors across the U.S. are now racing to acquire these rare pieces. Auction houses have seen bidding wars ignite the moment one appears. Demand is exploding, and prices are climbing faster than ever before. What was once pocket change is now a financial phenomenon, proof that opportunity can exist in the most unexpected places. And let's face it, this isn't just about coins. It's about vision. It's about recognizing value where others see nothing. That's how wealth is built. That's how fortunes are made. So, as you hold your next quarter, ask yourself, what if this one is different? What if this one is the hidden treasure waiting for the right eyes to see it? Because someone, somewhere, is going to find another 2000p South Carolina error quarter, and it might as well be you. But time is not your friend here. Each day that passes, these rare coins become harder to find, rarer to buy, and more expensive to own. The window of opportunity is closing, and fast. Don't just watch others strike gold, start your own hunt. Remember, in the world of rare coins, knowledge isn't just power, it's profit. So go ahead. Check your jars, your drawers, your purses. You might be holding a $955,000 ticket to financial freedom and not even know it, and when you do find it, you won't just be another collector. You'll be part of history. If this story inspired you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might have a hidden fortune sitting in their pocket. Because opportunities like this don't come twice, stay curious. Stay sharp. And remember, sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest treasures. Imagine reaching into your coin jar tonight, just an ordinary handful of quarters, dull, common, forgettable. But among them could be one coin that turns your entire financial life upside down. A single piece of metal, no larger than a bite-sized cookie, could be worth an astonishing $954,000. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stay tuned, because the 2008 Hawaii State Quarter isn't just any coin. It's a rare gem, an extraordinary minting error that transformed a simple 25-cent piece into a six-figure treasure. Now, before you say, come on, it's just a quarter. Think about this: people once dismissed the 1943 copper penny as pocket change too, until collectors started paying hundreds of thousands for it. The same story is repeating itself, only this time, it's happening with the Hawaii Quarter, the final release of the State Quarter program, and possibly the most valuable modern U.S. coin in circulation today. So the real question is, have you checked your change lately? Because that humble coin sitting in your kitchen drawer could be your gateway to a new lifestyle, one of freedom, wealth, and legacy. In 2008, the U.S. Mint released the Hawaii Quarter as the grand finale of the 50 State Quarters series, a coin meant to honor Hawaii's entry into the Union. On the reverse, you'll find King Kamehameha the Great, hand extended toward the Hawaiian Islands, with the inscription Uameukea Oka Ina Ika Pono, meaning the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. Beautiful, right? But in Denver, something unexpected happened. A few of these coins were struck with a major minting error, the kind of microscopic imperfection that can skyrocket a coin's value from pocket change to life-changing wealth. Some show striking anomalies, off-center designs, or planchet errors where the image doesn't align correctly. Others have rare die cracks, thin, lightning-like lines that split across the surface, proving that the coin came from a damaged die. And here's where it gets fascinating. Collectors love perfection, but they adore imperfection when it's rare. The scarcer the error, the higher the price. And this 2008 Hawaii Quarter, in pristine condition with an identifiable mint error, recently hit the market with an eye-popping valuation of $954,000. That's not speculation, that's verified collector demand. And now, let that number sink in. $954,000 for a coin that cost 25 cents to mint. That's a 3,815,900% increase in value. Imagine if your car, your house, or even your morning coffee appreciated like that. You'd be sipping espresso on a private island by now. And no, before you grab your magnifying glass and start inspecting every quarter at the gas station, let me stop you. Not every 2008 Hawaii Quarter is going to make you rich. But then again, people once said the same about lottery tickets, and someone still wins every time. So why not check? Because here's the truth: most people toss away fortune disguised as pocket change. But you? You're here because you see value where others don't. That's the mindset of a collector, an investor, and a visionary. The 2008 Hawaii Quarter stands as a symbol not just of rarity, but of opportunity hiding in plain sight. Every coin tells a story, and this one whispers the same message to every collector and dreamer: pay attention, the next fortune might already be in your hand. If you find one, even in slightly circulated condition, don't rush to spend it. Get it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC, and have experts authenticate it. A verified mint error can send shockwaves through the collector's market, because once word spreads, bidding wars ignite. Right now, wealthy collectors are scouring eBay, heritage auctions, and private dealer networks, trying to secure these rare state quarters before prices surge even higher. With increasing media attention and growing scarcity, demand is only climbing, and those who act now could see their coin's value appreciate even more over the coming years. So ask yourself, how many Hawaii Quarters have you held in your life without a second thought? How many treasures might you have already spent at the vending machine or coin laundry? This isn't just about a coin. It's about financial awareness, a mindset of seeing hidden value where others see none. It's about seizing the moment before someone else does, because the truth is, while most people sleep on these modern rarities, the savvy few are turning their spare change into serious fortune, and that's where your story begins. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, take one extra minute to look closer. That small act could be the turning point between what if and I did it. Because behind every extraordinary coin find is an ordinary person who decided to look, and that's what separates dreamers from doers. This is your moment to step into a world where passion meets prosperity. Because sometimes, the road to wealth doesn't begin with Wall Street, it begins with a quarter in your palm. Stay curious. Stay watchful. And who knows, your 2008 D Hawaii quarter might just be your $954,000 golden ticket. Imagine holding a simple quarter, just 25 cents, something you've tossed into vending machines, parking meters, or your morning coffee tip jar. Now imagine that same coin being worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unreal, doesn't it? But this isn't a fantasy. It's the story of the 1999 Georgia State Quarter, a coin that has turned ordinary pockets into treasure chests. Before you roll your eyes and say, "There's no way a quarter can be worth that much," think again. Because today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing discoveries in American coin history: how a simple 1999 Georgia quarter with a rare minting error is now valued at an incredible $986,000. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors across the United States are frantically searching their change drawers, hoping they might be holding one of these golden ticket coins. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could literally change how you look at every coin in your possession. Let's rewind to 1999, the year the State Quarters program was born. It was a moment of pride for collectors and everyday Americans alike. Each quarter told a story, a new state, a new design, a piece of heritage minted into metal. The Georgia State Quarter, featuring the peach and the state outline, was among the first in the series. But what no one knew at the time was that a handful of these coins carried a secret, a tiny minting error that would one day make them legendary. And now, what makes this particular quarter so valuable isn't just age or rarity, it's a stunning minting anomaly that occurred at the Philadelphia Mint. Some coins were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, a metal blank meant for a different coin denomination. Imagine a quarter printed on a dollar coin's metal, or struck slightly off-center with double details. These rare minting errors give the coin a one-of-a-kind appearance, and collectors lose their minds over it. One such Georgia quarter was authenticated and auctioned for an astounding $986,000. That's right, someone's pocket change became a near $1 million payday. Think about that for a moment, a coin so common it could be hiding in your junk drawer, now trading for the price of a luxury sports car or even a small mansion. Now, let's be real, most people throw away the chance at fortune simply because they don't look closely enough. How many times have you glanced at your spare change and thought, just a few coins? But every coin tells a story, and sometimes, that story ends in six figures. And here's where it gets exciting: these coins are in massive demand right now. With the market for rare coins booming, especially among private collectors and investors seeking tangible assets, the 1999 Georgia quarter is at the center of a modern-day treasure hunt. Prices have skyrocketed, and experts predict they'll only climb higher as fewer pristine specimens remain in circulation. So if you ever needed a reason to look through your coin jar tonight, this is it. Here's the truth: opportunities like this don't knock twice. The rare coin market rewards those who act, not those who wait. Every day that passes, more people are waking up to the value of coins they once ignored. Those who take the time to learn, to search, to recognize these treasures are the ones rewriting their financial destiny. Imagine selling one coin, one single quarter, and walking away with enough to pay off your home, retire early, or travel the world. That's not just wealth. That's freedom, but you have to act. You have to check your coins. You have to know what to look for. Because the 1999 Georgia Era quarter isn't just a collector's item, it's a key. A key to a lifestyle where every detail counts, where opportunity hides in plain sight, and where you, yes you, have the power to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. Now, before you rush off to your coin jar, here's a quick pattern interrupt, because I can almost hear you saying, "Yeah, sure, like I'm going to find that in my couch cushions." Well, funny thing is, someone already did. A man in Ohio found his Georgia Era quarter in a jar he'd kept for years, and today, he's living his dream life, thanks to a coin worth $986,000. So, who's laughing now? This is your moment. Because wealth doesn't always come from where you expect, it often hides in the smallest details, waiting for someone with eyes sharp enough to see it. So tonight, when the house quiets down and you're ready to wind up your day, take a few minutes. Open that drawer. Pour out those coins. Look closely. The coin that changes your life might already be in your hands, and if you want to learn how to identify these rare treasures, subscribe and stay tuned. Because in this channel, we don't just talk about coins, we uncover hidden wealth, one discovery at a time. Your journey to financial freedom could start with a single coin. And maybe, just maybe, it starts today. Have you ever held a simple quarter in your hand and wondered if it could secretly be worth almost $1 million? Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into one of the most shocking stories in American coinage history, the 2004 Wisconsin quarter with a rare and mysterious error that turned everyday change into a treasure worth $988,000 in today's market. Before you toss your spare change into a jar or use it for your morning coffee, listen carefully. One tiny detail on this quarter, a small, almost invisible leaf, could mean the difference between pocket change and generational wealth. And if you think this only happens to other people, think again. The most recent discovery came from a retired teacher cleaning out his kitchen drawer. That one coin changed his life forever. And now, let me ask you this: when was the last time you really looked at your coins? Maybe it's time you did. It all started in 2004, when the U.S. Mint released the Wisconsin State Quarter, part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program. Millions of them rolled off the presses. Most were ordinary. But a few, just a few, were extraordinary. Somewhere during the minting process in Denver, a mysterious variation appeared, a tiny, extra leaf near the corn husk on the reverse side of the coin. Some showed a high leaf. Others, a low leaf. At first, nobody noticed. For months, these quarters circulated quietly in pockets and cash registers across America. Then, a collector spotted the difference, and the numismatic world exploded. Suddenly, everyone wanted one. News stations, newspapers, coin forums all lit up with excitement. And with each passing year, these error coins became rarer, more legendary, and yes, more valuable. So, if you're watching this and thinking, what if I have one? You're asking the right question. Let's talk about value, because this is where things get thrilling. The Wisconsin Extra Leaf Quarter, especially those with perfect mint state conditions, has fetched astronomical prices at auctions today, hitting an unbelievable $988,000 for pristine specimens. And yes, verified sales prove that this isn't hype. It's history. Think about it: a coin that originally cost 25 cents now worth more than most homes in America. That's not just profit. That's legacy. But here's where it gets truly fascinating: the coin's value isn't just in its rarity. It's in its story. The mystery of how those extra leaves appeared still sparks debates among experts. Was it a deliberate act by a mint worker? A mechanical mishap? Or something else entirely? This unanswered question fuels the fire of demand. Collectors love a good mystery, and this one, wrapped in metal and myth, has become an American legend. Now, before you start tearing apart your coin collection, here's a little humor for you. Imagine explaining to your spouse that you're just checking the corn. But in this case, checking that corn could literally change your financial future. Here's what you need to understand: every day that passes, the number of these coins in circulation dwindles. People are finding them, hoarding them, auctioning them, and each one sold makes the next discovery rarer and more valuable. The clock is ticking, and the opportunities are shrinking. So, if you've ever dreamed of stepping into the world of rare coin investing, if you've ever wanted to turn a simple habit into a life-changing opportunity, this is your moment. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to tell their friends, I became a millionaire because of a quarter? This story isn't just about coins. It's about awareness, timing, and destiny. Because every collector, every investor, every dreamer started with a single discovery. For some, it's a dusty old penny in a coffee can. For others, it's this, the 2004 Wisconsin quarter with that one defining imperfection. And here's the beauty of it: you don't need to be an expert to find one. You just need curiosity, persistence, and the willingness to look closely where others don't. The universe hides its treasures in plain sight. So tonight, when you empty your pockets or open that old drawer, take a moment. Flip those quarters. Examine the corn stalks. Look for the telltale high leaf or low leaf. Because you might be holding one of the rarest coins ever struck, one that could change your life forever. Imagine it, you, sitting at your desk, holding that gleaming quarter under the light, realizing you've uncovered a six-figure fortune. That feeling, a mix of disbelief, gratitude, and excitement, that's the magic that drives collectors, investors, and visionaries alike. And beyond the thrill of discovery lies something even greater: empowerment. Because this isn't luck. It's awareness. It's proof that wealth often hides where we least expect it, and that those who see what others overlook are the ones who change their lives forever. So, if you want to live a life of abundance, start by looking closer. Your next big win might be sitting right in the palm of your hand. If you found this story inspiring, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family because someone out there might be holding a $988,000 coin right now and not even know it. Subscribe to this channel for more powerful stories of hidden wealth, rare finds, and the secret world of valuable coins that could transform your financial future. Remember, wealth isn't always earned. Sometimes, it's discovered. So go ahead, check your change. Your millionaire moment might be waiting for you. Imagine holding an ordinary quarter in your hand, just 25 cents, right? But what if I told you that one of these coins, minted in 2006, is now valued at a staggering $968,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for a single 2006 Colorado State quarter. Sounds unbelievable? Well, keep watching, because this is not a story about luck, it's about awareness, precision, and the incredible power of paying attention to the details most people ignore. And now, before you think, that could never happen to me, let me stop you right there. Every month, collectors, dealers, and investors in the US are making small fortunes uncovering rare errors hiding in plain sight right inside their change jars, in old coffee tins, and tucked away in dusty drawers. And the 2006 Colorado quarter is one of the most thrilling discoveries in modern coin history. This isn't just a story about money. It's a story about how ordinary people are turning their curiosity into financial freedom. And if you're someone who wants to build wealth, live freely, and maybe even change your family's future, then pay close attention. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this coin story could change yours. So, go ahead, check under your couch cushions later. Who knows, you might be sitting on your next six-figure payday. Let's rewind to 2006. The U.S. Mint released the Colorado State Quarter, part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, celebrating the majestic beauty of the Centennial State. The design featured the Rocky Mountains rising above a field of evergreen trees, with the state's proud motto, Colorful Colorado. But here's where things got fascinating and profitable. During minting at the Philadelphia facility where the P-Mint mark originates, a rare die error occurred. The metal planchet and die alignment were slightly off, resulting in a misstrike that created doubling, die cracks, and missing design details on some coins. To most people, these imperfections seem like factory mistakes. But to serious numismatists, coin experts, they signaled rarity. And rarity equals demand. One of these coins, verified by professional grading services, shocked the collecting world when it sold at auction for $968,000. That's right, almost $1 million for a quarter that most people spent on gum or parking meters. Now, here's the part that excites collectors and maybe keeps you up tonight checking your coin jars. Experts believe there are still a few of these 2006 Colorado era quarters in circulation, hidden away in forgotten pockets or coin rolls. The demand? Astronomical. Wealthy collectors are constantly on the hunt, offering life-changing amounts to secure these pieces of modern American history. And every single year, the value keeps rising. Imagine the look on the cashier's face if you tried to pay for coffee with a $968,000 quarter. That's one expensive latte, but humor aside, this is where your story could intersect with this coins. Because if you've ever dreamed of turning your hobby or curiosity into a true asset, this is your moment to act. Here's the truth most people overlook: wealth doesn't always come from hard labor or high-risk investments. Sometimes, it comes from knowledge and timing, from knowing what to look for before others do. The 2006 Colorado quarter error isn't just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of opportunity. It reminds us that fortune favors the observant, that details matter, and that sometimes, wealth hides right in our hands. So tonight, pull out that jar of coins, dig into that old drawer, or open the childhood collection you haven't touched in years. You never know what might be waiting there, because the truth is, rare coins like this are in extremely high demand. Collectors, investors, and museums are offering record-breaking prices for verified minting errors. And those who recognize the signs early are the ones walking away with fortunes. And now, let me ask you, how many other opportunities have passed you by because they look too ordinary? This coin is a powerful reminder that hidden value lives all around us, waiting for the person bold enough to notice it. If you're serious about creating wealth, building legacy, and living on your own terms, start with awareness. Because financial freedom doesn't begin with luck. It begins with seeing what others overlook. So go ahead, look again at your change. You might just be holding a piece of history, worth nearly $1 million, and when you find it, remember this moment. Because sometimes, the smallest things can unlock the biggest opportunities. Stay inspired. Stay curious. And never underestimate the power of what's already in your hands. Imagine this: you're holding a handful of ordinary pocket change, coins you've ignored for years, but one of them, yes, just one, could be worth nearly $1 million. Sounds unreal, doesn't it? But that's exactly what happened with the 2003 Maine State Quarter, a coin that's shaking up the rare coin market and making headlines for its jaw-dropping value, an astounding $969,000. Now, before you shrug this off as another internet myth, let me tell you something: this story isn't about luck, it's about awareness. Hidden fortunes are sitting quietly in drawers, jars, and wallets across America, and this could be your wake-up call. Because right now, collectors are hunting for this exact coin, and they're willing to pay life-changing amounts to get it. But why this coin? What makes a 2003 quarter suddenly worth more than a Lamborghini? Stay with me, because the truth behind this rare 2003 Maine quarter error will not only surprise you, it might just change the way you look at every coin you've ever owned. The year was 2003. The U.S. Mint released the Maine State Quarter as part of the beloved 50 State Quarters program, a series that captured the nation's imagination. It celebrated Maine's rugged coast, the Pemaquid Point Lighthouse, and the proud maritime history of New England. Millions of these coins were minted, but something went terribly right with a very small number of them. In a batch struck at the Denver Mint, an astonishing minting error occurred. Experts speculate it was a rare die misalignment, where the coin striking process caused the design to shift ever so slightly. The result? A subtle, almost invisible anomaly that turned an ordinary 25-cent piece into a national treasure. When the first discovery surfaced, collectors were skeptical until grading authorities confirmed the authenticity of the error. Suddenly, the coin market erupted. Prices skyrocketed. The coin, once dismissed as just another state quarter, became one of the most sought-after rarities of the decade, and here's where the story gets even better. The current verified market value for a pristine example, the 2003 Maine error quarter, stands at a staggering $969,000. That's nearly $1 million. For a single quarter you could easily mistake for spare change. Crazy, right? Makes you want to check under your couch cushions right now, doesn't it? But hold on, because this isn't just about one coin. It's about what it represents. This quarter is living proof that hidden wealth exists in plain sight. It's a reminder that sometimes the biggest opportunities in life are sitting quietly in the most unexpected places, waiting for someone curious enough to look closer. So here's the big question: do you know what's hiding in your change jar? Some people toss their coins into a cup without a second thought, while others take the time to check for those small details: a mint mark, a date, a subtle imperfection, and those people are the ones discovering life-changing finds like this 2003 Maine quarter. Collectors, investors, and even museums are now competing to own these coins. The demand is intense, the supply is microscopic, and the values are climbing with every verified sale. Now, I know what you're thinking: come on, how many people really find coins like that? But here's a little humor for you. Someone once said, finding a rare coin in your pocket is like finding a Picasso in your attic, except it fits in your wallet. And it's true. You never know until you look. So, if you've ever dreamed of living a wealthier, freer life, of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, this is your moment. Start today. Pull out your old coin jar, your collection, even that forgotten drawer in your kitchen. Look for the 2003 Maine quarter, and pay close attention to the details: the D mint mark, the strike, the alignment, because every great discovery starts with a single moment of curiosity, and the person who finds the next $1 million coin might just be watching this video right now. Remember this: wealth doesn't always announce itself with flashing lights or bank alerts. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. The 2003 Maine quarter is not just a collector's item, it's a symbol of opportunity, patience, and awareness. It's proof that in a world obsessed with digital currency and fast wealth, there's still hidden gold in the simplicity of history, and it could belong to you. So don't wait. Check your coins. Share this video with someone who loves rare finds. And who knows, the next time you hand someone a quarter, you might just be passing them nearly $1 million, because in this world, fortune doesn't always knock, sometimes it clinks.